Big up the Mandem. Welcome back to Pitch Picks. Today is the Matchweek 28 recap. We apologize for our absence. It's been a crazy 2 weeks for the boys in terms of traveling, sickness, just not being in the office. So it's good to be back. And Chief,
Rudy, Forrest is back. I'm back. Forrest is back. That was just another classic Forrest home win at City Ground. Defend your fucking dicks off the entire time. And then when you need the big skill guys, Morgan Gibbs-White, Callum Hudson-Odoi, they deliver. Both of those guys should be in the squad for England. I feel like that game, like a weight was lifted off of me. They had been sputtering a little bit, 120 minutes in a shootout against Ipswich in the FA Cup. But now you look at the table, it's like hard to imagine that they don't finish top four.
I was going to ask, do you think that win solidified your top four spot?
Yeah, so I was looking at Opta. Opta has them, the predicted finish is fourth, and they give them a 57.34% chance.
Not as high as I thought.
I agree. I thought it would be higher than that, especially because if you look at the remaining games for Forest versus the other teams kind of going for it. So everybody has 10 games left, except for I think Villa has 9. Forest only have 2 games against teams that are in the top 10 now.
Damn.
The rest of the way. They have Aston Villa away, and then the last day of the year is Chelsea at home. So they have some like kind of banana peel ones where it's like, you know, Crystal Palace away. They've been playing well. Playing against United immediately after, like 2 days after the FA Cup game against Brighton. Like, there's some tricky games. But if you look at it, it's like historically you need 66 points to get in. They're sitting on 51. If they go 5-5 the rest of the way, you'd think that they'd probably get in, and then all the other teams going for it have 4 to 6 games where they're playing other teams where it's like no matter what happens, it's probably pretty good for Forest.
And I think when you think about Forest like that,
fucking A, Forest in the Champions League.
That's what I'm saying. It's unbelievable. And I feel like you still kind of have a little bit of that taste from who they were last year, just because like everything
you've
been through.
Yeah.
So you're kind of nervous. But when you were naming all those teams, I was like, dude, you guys are better than them. Like,
yeah.
I think you're better than Chelsea. I think you could beat Villa on any given day.
Yeah, Villa does not look like what they were last year.
Like, if I was a Forest fan, I wouldn't be like, oh, like we have
Villa's
Villa.
good. Like,
they're a good side, but
Yeah.
I'm like, we could bang with them.
Totally. And Forest beat them at home, so this will be at Villa Park, which we got smoked at Villa Park last year. It's not gonna. I'm not like counting chickens, but it does feel like it's right there for him.
Right.
Now. It's right there for him now.
And I think we're letting this little prick off the leash a little bit. I mean, you can't just get shut out 1-0 and be quiet.
Everybody gets shut out. That's 12 clean sheets for Forest.
What do you mean everybody? They put 3 on your head last time they played you.
Yeah, but
it's a home and away thing. You guys won at home. They won at home. I don't see the thing.
Where it's like,
all I gotta say to
I'm
you is
standing up.
enjoy this season in this like in this lucky in your way turn of events where City might not make 4, Chelsea might not make top 4, Newcastle might not make top 4, United won't make top 10.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what will stay the consistency. You will not have an easier attempt at top 4 ever again. Brighton are getting better. Villa should have been there with the way that
we
they
woke
spent
Brighton
and the way
up.
they look.
We woke Brighton up. We put it on. We put a fucking touchdown on their ass. They've been good ever since. I agree though. Like, Spurs are not normally this bad.
Yeah, United and Spurs 13 and 14 is a fluke.
Correct. So
is
like,
it?
Well,
I
if you just looked at historically,
it could take a while for both of those.
Yeah,
projects.
United 2027. That's where our eyes are.
Great. Okay, great. But I do agree. Like, this is an odd year, but in Forest they're doing it.
Yeah, obviously you take the punches.
And City's in a little. They're gonna have to continue to rebuild. It's not automatic that they're gonna be. Back,
their rebuild is a lot easier than everyone else's. The reports are they're lining up for move for Kamavinga. Like the players that are made available for City,
I agree,
are not made available for Forest. Are not made available for nobody's made available for Arsenal. It seems. So that's fine.
Yeah,
but I
know.
enjoy it because I genuinely speaking, it will not be this easy ever again.
First of all, I reject the notion that it's been easy. It is still the best league in the world. Just because you guys suck doesn't mean that
I'm
the
not
whole
again.
league isn't worthwhile.
Again, I didn't say the season sucked. I'm not saying the league sucks. I actually have on the show disputed that because a lot of people said this was the worst year in Premier League in recent Premier League history. And I said it's been the most competitive for the top 4.
Quite literally
been
the opposite.
Literally a long time. Even the top 10 is the most competitive it's ever been. So I disagree with that. But the top,
there's
now
no
with
relegation scrap and there's no championship race. That's
when was the last time the league could have been done in April? The league will be done in April.
Yeah.
At this rate.
Yeah.
It's already done now.
It's mathematically it's not done.
Right.
That's why nobody's giving him a guard of honor.
But
in 4 weeks it could be done.
Guard of honor. Everyone does it. So let's say Liverpool wins the league in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that's mathematically possible. Hypothetically, every game they play, they get.
I think it's a way. I don't think you give them a guard of honor at home.
That
at
is one
Anfield.
of the wildest traditions in all of sports. It has to be degrading.
Yeah, you have so if you're lucky because you've already played them.
Yeah.
You'll be playing them at Anfield. I don't think you go to Anfield and give them a guard of honor. It's a thing because you're welcoming the champions to your stadium.
Got you.
Damn.
We're still letting this prick off the hook.
And they never beat Forest, so maybe we should get a guard of honor too.
I mean, what are we doing? Participation trophies? Congratulations, you beat a team. We
League.
drew against them at Anfield,
and we beat them. We beat them at Anfield.
But you were the one team that stopped them from going invincible.
Correct.
Congrats.
You're welcome. You guys should be thanking us.
They're still going to win the league by
the
biggest margin in recent history.
They're awesome. So is Forest.
Rudy.
I think we just move on.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I want to say something.
Goku fucking blows, by the way.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Olayanna clamped his ass.
He's not that good.
Okay, yeah, he's not that good. Like Jesus, he's getting there. I don't know.
Begs the question. Pep's talent ID: Doku, Savinho, Cunha. Not Cunha. Sorry, Nunes.
Yeah.
All flops.
No, not flops.
Dude,
Role players. We
have
the second highest injury point, whatever the percentage is. So.
At this point in the season, I don't want to talk about injuries. Every team is having an injury.
No, but we have
Maresh.
Okay, I don't know what you want.
You're having one. Arsenal's having one.
Yeah.
United's having one. Spurs are having one. All these teams I just listed are missing 4 or 5 of their top players. So it's not just a you problem.
Not
you
Liverpool.
guys, and actually all of those teams didn't just go and spend over $200 million in the January window.
You're just gonna let him talk to you like that?
I mean, he's just
the rest of us
doing the thing.
Are cutting meal programs to try and stay afloat while you're spending everyone else's lunch money.
I didn't even say. You just said Doku's mid or bad, and I'm like, okay, maybe a little bit. He's
well, you said injury crisis, and I think that's a little rich for you to say.
No, I mean,
do you think Marmouche at the end of that game was like, "Fuck, I should have signed for Forest in August"?
I don't think there's ever been a player in the history of the Premier League.
I don't know. The City ground was rocking after another win. We're still ahead of you in the table.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a big win for Forest, and it was pretty average. I mean, right now, the only highlight to my season right now is Kusanov. I love him so much. I think he's great. I enjoy watching him. He's like the one thing that I look at. I'm like, this is exciting. This is fun. This is cool. Marmouche, it's just, the cohesion's not there. We're in the midst. We're rebuilding. It is what it is. I was very bitter, one, because the game was at 6:30 in the fucking morning. Really upset my sleep cycle, and I didn't enjoy that. And dozed off for a bit, woke up to Callum Hudson-Odoi putting one in at the near post against Ederson, who I defended with my whole body.
Chest out,
defended him, and then he goes and does that. He did have a great save, but it's like the
other one on Hudson-Odoi was
great save, but then also you let one in like that on the near post. I also don't know what Gvardiol is like, just letting him walk into the box, like go run at him. But I was very bitter, and then I saw, I was watching as the game ended, and just the atmosphere and just the camaraderie.
Forest all over the world.
I was just like, you know what, man? I'm happy for you.
That's nice.
I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. We've had a wealth of riches for so long, and I was like, you know what? Good for these guys. They're in the top 4, and maybe they'll hang here for a little while, and you'll get a little tour of the upper class, the VIP club.
Yep.
And we're in the midst of rebuild. It's okay. You know what? I'm happy you won that. If anything, it's like, go for it.
You're trying to do it like this patronizing way, but I don't care.
It's not patronizing.
I fucking thrilled with it, and it's just like,
bruh.
What?
You're in a rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
7 out of your starting 11 won the Premier League last year.
Yeah, they fell off a cliff.
Cook that
Yeah,
frog.
we're in a rebuild. They're too old now.
What do you mean? These are players that will be on the team next year. You
Who?
didn't have De Bruyne in there. You had Phil Foden,
De Bruyne played.
Haaland, Doku, Bernardo, Gvardiol, Diaz, Ederson. All of those guys will be there next year.
Ederson won't be. Bernardo probably not.
I'm just saying.
KDB will only be there if he wants to be there.
No, he's going to San Diego.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that at all.
That's why he's got the wave in his hair. He's practicing.
You're just such a spiteful little bitch, is what you are.
No, I mean I'm just here to check you guys.
Just because
I'm
you-
scared to see Maresh when United's good.
I almost would rather.
the ridiculous shit that comes out of your mouth. We're in a rebuild.
We are in a rebuild. Just because you can't
you have
just
a
because
player.
you can't get out of a rebuild doesn't mean that I can't say you're like rebuild
By the way,
gatekeeping.
in our worst era of that people love to talk about, we had done more and won more European trophies than most clubs in London. So, anyway, you saying you're in a rebuild with a player that shattered and Premier League records in his debut season.
Who?
Haaland?
Just okay.
not forget what he
because
did?
because you have Bruno, you're not in a rebuild.
But we didn't win 6 of the last 7.
No, but you can. Their most important player that run was Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. Those are two.
Yes.
Both and De Bruyne fell off a cliff.
Question is,
Rodri
So
Rodri-
you lose one player, now it's a rebuild?
It's like if you take LeBron off of the Lakers, they're immediately.
Yeah,
in a
but you're
rebuild.
acting like City doesn't have fucking Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
We don't.
Bruh.
Who don't?
You did last year.
Their wings are.
Haaland and Foden, you guys were fucking all over them.
Foden is not part of the rebuild, but Jack Grealish is out. Akanji is like getting up.
A lot of people would ask, was he ever in?
You're just trying to barb me, dude. Like just because I don't even know how you're trying to like gatekeep a rebuild. We dictate when we're rebuilding. Like Pep is saying like we're gonna retool the squad. We are rebuilding. We say we rebuild. You don't get to say anything about that just because you can't get out of a rebuild.
I don't
Don't
have
spend $200 million in
You
January
have
if
spent
you're
too
not
much
rebuilding.
time sitting next to the fucking emperor over there, telling me what I can and can't do. It's worse.
No,
coming
you're
out of
saying
your mouth.
you're saying
Your
I
term-
can't say that.
your
You're
term
saying I
ass
can't say
mouth.
that. You can say you're in a rebuild. I don't care if you can say you can say that all you want. In fact, you've been saying it for literally 7 years.
The
Since
feudal,
Fergie's gonna die before you guys complete this rebuild.
That's fucked up.
They already kicked. They don't even care if Fergie dies. They kicked him out of the.
And you're
resigned
saying
himself.
you're
Watch
saying
an interview. Use
you're
your
saying
eyes.
I can't
Be
say rebuild.
reasonable for once in your
You're saying I can't say rebuild. I never said you couldn't.
You can't. You're right. You know what? I'm gatekeeping the word.
Yeah. So yeah,
As someone in a rebuild, it's offensive.
1-0
Say what
done.
you're
You
doing
have
is
to
a rebuild.
finish outside of Champions League for it to be in a rebuild.
They're gonna. Well, if we get the coefficient, so
you're at this point now
No,
where
no,
you're.
no. I'm talking for in generalities. Like, so if City finishes 6th, do they have?
I mean,
was this a rebuilding year?
to their recent standards,
Yes.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
kind of in a rebuild.
Yeah.
But the fact that they are retooling a team that has so many weapons
Preach.
is a little bit concerning.
Okay.
Yeah, levels to this. You're actually in a weird rarefied era where you're rebuilding a rebuild. You have to like almost
Brother,
rebuild to get to.
We've been trying to retool a squad and find some sort of bottled magic, smoke and mirrors since 2013.
You almost have to do a rebuild to get to a rebuild.
In that time,
This is like
we've
you know,
still had a
Golden
pretty
Gate Bridge,
decent
What?
in San
trophy
Francisco.
run.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being painted 365 days a year. They paint it all the way across, and by the time they're done, they have to start back over because it's all the weather's already fucked it up. I feel like that's United.
Yes.
They could just never.
We're
they
not done
never
with City though. I thought we weren't done with City. I thought we weren't done. I thought.
Hey,
we
you
weren't-
guys got a nice point this week, actually.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you know.
And I wish our little man was here to clap back, but go ahead.
What?
What do you mean?
Fucking
What do you mean?
defense,
Clap
man.
back, bro. Didn't do a post-match thoughts. He didn't put out any comments during the. I did. A lot of people are DMing me. Did Zah get abducted? Did his flight go down? Where is he? Nobody can find him. He's not here. I don't know
Haven't
where
heard
he is.
from him.
He's a spectator.
No text.
Yeah.
Nothing. No, I don't even know if he
Not-
knows that Arsenal played yesterday. It's pathetic.
I was watching a different show, and they're looking at, we got 10 games left, right? And it's like, which team do you think has a good shot of dropping out of a Champions League spot. And a lot of people are saying Arsenal.
That would be insane.
Where are the goals coming from? Because they just can't do it.
I swear to God, I said that on the last episode we did.
Well, now you can say reasonable things without
And I was
the Emperor telling
and
you.
I was right about Mikel Arteta when I said I wanted him fucking sacked, and now Za's on the get him out train.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, Za's on fire Arteta now?
Yeah.
oh yeah, last time we recorded, he was saying
Oh.
that he's official.
Yeah,
that-
you missed a
Arizona
lot.
for 1 week, and
Yeah,
it's
he said that he spent all of this time sticking his neck out, getting made fun of, getting racist emojis sent to him for years, just for his manager to spit in his face.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
And
and if you look at these next 3 league games for Arsenal, it's Chelsea at home. I have a hard time being like Arsenal's going to win that.
I agree.
Then it's Fulham at home,
Tough game.
another tough game. Everton
Tough.
is in incredible form right now under David Moyes. So if you pull, 3 from 9, you're probably getting passed by Forest, and then City's coming. Chelsea would
I
have
don't
picked
know.
up,
I don't know. We're coming. I think we're just sort of lingering.
but if they're falling back to the pack,
I would love it because Chelsea's not.
They would have to drop. Yeah, I mean, if they lose 2 here,
yeah,
My thing with Arsenal is watching them play is infuriating. I hate the product is horrible.
I will say this. I've spent a lot of time calling Arsenal Stoke. United did line up like Stoke. We played Haram terrorist ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the only way that we get these results against Liverpool, against
yeah.
But
Arsenal.
everyone's playing Haram against Arsenal because they know they can't score.
It's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's us.
The only teams
it's
that-
us bottom feeders doing what we need to do to try and get a result.
Well,
and that's what happened. You guys can't break
we
anyone
played
down.
we played City and they came at us and we punished them. Anyone else that just sits back and defends, we can't do anything. And I don't know why anyone else would ever play us any different. You play the low block and then we just cross the ball in 55 times a game and don't score.
Yeah. Well, it's because you don't have the creativity through the middle of the park.
Correct.
Whatever is going on with Odegaard needs to be studied.
Unbelievable. And I thought he'd snap out of his slump after the Champions League game.
Well, yeah, I mean, he scored 2, but it just shows how much better the Premier League is than the Eredivisie. Crazy that you were able to go to PSV, right? It was at PSV or was it at home?
At PSV.
Yeah, and pump them 7-1,
Yeah.
and then come to Old Trafford, a place that everybody's been having their way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Every team. It's looking like Bonnie Blue. Come in there, get your 3 points, next one up. And you guys couldn't do it.
No, we suck. And I've been saying that for months now.
I mean,
I was
It
the
was
first
funny. I
one to
love
say
the
Arsenal
Arsenal.
was dead.
I love the Arsenal tears. This one guy was going back and forth with me on Twitter after the game, and he was just like, "Oh, blah blah blah, keep going." I'm like, what? Like at the end of the day, like you guys should have come in and won easy.
Yeah.
I agree.
Everybody else is doing it. What like? Why are you having? Why are you? You sat in a low block. Okay, that didn't stop all these other teams from beating us. So the joke is still on you.
I agree. And, like, this is why we need Zuck, because he'll sit here and bring up counterpoints and bring up...
No, he
history
won't.
between the two,
Not
but
this. He can't anymore.
No.
I mean, it was just.
I didn't even get pissed off when we drew. Because, like I said, the season's dead already.
I was pissed off that you drew because we should have won that game.
You should have. If
We
it wasn't for
absolutely-
David Raya, we lose that game 4-1.
But
Easy.
conversely, like you almost win that game
Without David Raya. Yeah.
Like he saved that game and lost it. Like at the same time, he saved that game and lost it. He had some absolutely unbelievable saves. The one against Mazraoui was insane.
Yeah.
And then
One against Xerxes too, where Xerxes faked him out and went with that flick behind. That was sick.
it was
Insane.
insane. And then, but like how they lined up, you guys lined up for being set piece FC for the Bruno goal was absolutely befuddling. Just like that.
Good word.
I didn't know what that meant.
Confusing.
That's what I figured it
Yeah,
was.
confusing, nonsensical.
Oh well,
asinine.
that's even the whole counter or discussion point from Arsenal fans online that the ref fucked them over and that
I'm
the
so
wall
sick
was,
of this fan base blaming the fucking ref every week. Continue, Marash.
No, they're
it's
just
just
saying-
mad annoying. It
They're
really
just
is.
saying that the wall was measured incorrectly, so he had more distance. And I was like, nobody made Raya stand where he stood.
Right.
He stood in a god awful position, not setting him up to be like that. Bruno,
I mean,
that
nobody
Bruno free
gets
kick
the-
was not that
It was.
spectacular
He got it
against
over the
Bournemouth.
wall. It was a good hit, but it didn't go in the corner.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it wasn't like there was
I
a
love
1%
Arsenal fans with the
chance that he
protractors,
could have.
too.
It wasn't Neymar versus PSG in the Champions
It wasn't
League
Toni Kroos in the World Cup. That crazy.
versus
one.
Sweden. Yeah,
Yeah.
not like that. Like where you just it's the size of a ball.
Yeah, it was
with
like
the hole in
you
it.
put a shot on net and you hope it goes in.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but I
But-
mean, Declan Rice had a nice goal.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Just like read the room, Deck.
Come on,
Read
dog.
the room, man.
I think he was fired up because he doesn't score many goals. You know, he goes
second goal of the season.
He doesn't score many goals, so I think he was just excited.
Again, he's a holding
Shushing the
midfielder.
crowd.
I'm not expecting
Mm-hmm.
goals out of Declan Rice, but to come and do the fucking calm down, Old Trafford. That's a
Yeah.
place that's been nothing but calm.
I know. I feel like even the United fans were like,
Like,
Is he
were
talking
we
to
being
us?
loud?
Yeah. They were doing the sass meme. They were like, "Are you talking to us?" Like,
Yeah, like who are you telling to calm down? 'Cause
Yeah.
your away fans might have been louder than fucking
Yeah.
most of our home fans.
Yeah, like-
what the fuck?
like what? Like I was talking to Maresh before the show. I was like, people online were going ballistic on it, and it's because it's Arsenal, and it's because you guys attract that attention. I didn't think it was that crazy, simply for the fact, like, on paper with United where they're at on the table, yeah, it's cringe. But the fact that it's like Declan Rice and he plays for Arsenal, he hasn't scored that many goals, and it's posting in, and it's against Man United regardless of where they are, I can kind of understand that. But at the same time, I don't know. I was sort of 50-50 on it, but now that my blood's a little hot because we're just talking now, it's cringe.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a goal that saved you from being 17 points behind the
Yeah.
leaders instead of 15.
Like I
Yeah.
said,
Like,
the league's dead. Like I feel nothing. I want everyone gone, and I want to sign people.
That's sort of where I'm at. I'm sort of just like, that's why, like, I was being a little bit patronizing to you, but like I can't not on a small level root for Forest. Like to see you guys stoked, I was like,
like
it's
you're
cool.
you're.
I
I'm
think
more
it's the
invested
best
in
story
Forest.
in
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah, it's
I'm
incredible.
more invested in
Yeah.
you guys than I am. Already.
Right, like I'm with you on that. Like at this point, I'm like, listen, like we'll go again next year. Like
I mean,
Because
I
like
got a big-
we had hopes to win the league, and now that's already dead on March 10th.
Yeah.
You guys, like you said, you were planning for 14th, and now you could finish in Champions League. Like that's the best story left in the Prem.
Yeah, and it is like the team is so lovable too. Like
Right.
Ola Aina is so lovable. I had Hudson Odoi. I love the way Morgan Gibbs White played. They played him like pretty deep in that game. He was a fucking dog defensively, and that has that pass that springs it. Like Murillo, they have so many guys who are just like, I just want to keep this team together forever. And if they did have a year where this group finished 14th, they would get absolutely pillaged and plundered. Like Murillo would be gone, Aina would be gone, Gibbs White would probably be gone, and then we're like, well, I hope we can kind of restock the shelves so we can finish 14th again somehow next year. Now it's just like you finish with all the additional prize money for where you are in the table, plus the Champions League money. You're able to keep this special group together, and you see Ola Aina in the in the locker room. He's filming Nuno. Nuno's dancing with the boys post game. Like I think he was carrying, or Murillo had him on his shoulders. It was a piggyback ride. The whole thing was just like the team. Like it's a team that's so easy to love. In addition to being in the top four, that is just I just want to be good enough to be in Champions League so they can keep them together.
Do you think that's the case for any club that's not in the Big Six?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, like when Leicester won the league,
Yeah.
I feel like that makes them very lovable. Any team that's not one of those big market teams, if they get hot and get going, they're instantly the fan favorite.
Yeah, I think there's that. Like everyone loves an underdog.
Right.
I can't speak to the personalities other than like Jamie Vardy of that team though. So, Conte.
How is he? He rides a bike.
Who's the one guy that's in Saudi that was nasty for
Riyad
you?
Mahrez.
Yeah.
He was nasty.
Yeah. City legend.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I have fallen in love with like this collection of players, and I'm glad that it's working out better than I could have ever imagined. And it's like we're so close where it's like now I'm thinking where their next game is away at Ipswich, which you would think that's like a banana peel game. Like you're coming off this high, you go down to the south coast, whatever. But it's like they just I'm glad that they went 120 minutes with them like a week ago.
Right.
Because it's like, hey, we can't sleep on those guys. They almost fucking got
That's a great point.
So
Yeah, that's actually a big bounce that you had that.
yeah.
I'm
So-
more fired up to go to Nottingham because of the state that you guys are in. Because
We're gonna
every
come back.
game means so much. Like,
It's-
if I went to go see Arsenal play Brentford, which is who they play when we go up there, it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
it doesn't fucking matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, you guys, like, hey, we win this
And
game.
like now that's not going to be an easy game either because it's Everton's been playing with
Yeah,
Moyes.
Fire.
away from home, I don't think it'll be as easy for them. Like they're at City Ground.
Yeah, no, I was saying it's not going to be an easy game for Forest. Like playing Everton. I'm not chalking that up as an automatic W.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine at home.
I hope so.
I just
hope
want to see
so.
goals.
I want to see a clean
Nil
sheet.
nil draw would be hilarious. Hilarious.
Let's get one. Let's just get
Get
one.
one.
Just get one.
I haven't seen a home team score a goal in any soccer
It
match.
pops there too, and like that. The post game celebrations at City Ground where they're singing that the Forest all over the world song, fucking electric.
Spurs had a great comeback. They were down 2-0 against Bournemouth. Banger goals were scored in that game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wild game, and Kepa like threw it away basically.
It is the tale of Kepa.
Yeah, I felt bad for him because it's sort of a feeling.
There was no reason for him to dive at Son like that.
none. I mean, the first one,
Son had no position to bang that in the back of the net.
no. I mean, him coming out on that one, I think was him all mentally fucked up from the first goal. I can't remember who scored it. It was the right back. Was it
Pedro Porro.
No, so it wasn't the right back. Who was it? Who scored that?
Who did score
Was
that?
it Tell?
It was
No.
fucking nasty, though.
No. Now I'm gonna look like an idiot. Hold on, let me look it up.
Well, we're all looking like it is.
Yeah.
We always look like it.
It was Sar.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That goal was incredible. He caught Kepa off his line and then put it.
That
posted
shot
in.
was fucking.
It was
nuts.
incredible shot. Like I
think it's the goal of the year.
it was insane. I mean, it was pretty impressive. And Kepa was off his line, but still, it's like, man, okay, that was kind of insane. Was that Romero's first game back in a while?
I think he had.
Vicario?
Huh.
Oh no, Romero was on the back line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first 2 minutes, yikes! Like they should have been down 2-0 in the first
Yeah,
minute.
they've been running a real shaky back line.
It's
Yeah.
insane. And then Bournemouth I think Bournemouth, that was just unlucky. Like
got hosed.
They got hosed. I mean, they had the goal disallowed. It was offsides, but dude, on the counterattack, they are banging.
Yep.
They are just banging the ball around. And the fact that Spurs clawed that back is insane. They had no business being in that game, in my opinion. But I just never want the And show to end. And unfortunately, like, I don't think he's got the stuff. Like, we got to admit it at some point. But I just don't want it to end because it's so entertaining. But they just are a remarkably dysfunctional team.
If they were healthier, they'd be high. I think they'd be.
Yes, but
they'd be in the top 10.
but they're still like making errors that
Oh, it's crazy.
it's just insane. Like functionally, the team
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
It is crazy to me that there are these managers who just like no matter what, they don't adapt to the personnel that's available to them. I would put Amarin in that category. He's going to play how
Bro,
he plays.
I'm gonna be honest.
Poch plays how he plays.
Can I be vulnerable and honest?
Yeah.
Low key Pep.
Pep's like that too.
Like, hey, maybe having
Yeah.
70% of the ball isn't working. Like,
Yeah.
let's
It's different at every club. Yeah, Ange Ball, like, he does probably need to adapt at this point.
yeah.
Like, Amarim's dealing with a really bad set of circumstances
I
that he was
agree.
dealt. He was brought in halfway. They wasn't really given any money in January, and he said, "I'm not changing." He's forced out the players he's wanted. And today he was backed by Ratcliffe saying he's a great young manager, albeit we haven't given him the best opportunities.
Doesn't
to
even have
succeed.
lunch money.
Yeah, I think you kind of
And
view
he'll-
Amarim as like a wash.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He said that he's got the backing to be there for a while, that he's a young manager and that they're going to give him time.
Fergie
That's
didn't
a-
win right away.
Took Fergie a while.
Yeah.
United were shit.
No,
for
I
some
know.
time
I
under Fergie.
He didn't
it's
win
like-
for his first 5 years.
Yeah.
Two things can be true there at the same time with him, where it's like, hey, yeah, it's a shitty hand. Are you playing the style and the shape that gives this group the best chance to get results?
Yeah, it's a youth play. On my side, from the way I see it, like we'll be better off next season because we're instilling these values now.
Yeah.
But but like the problem that happened to Ten Hag was that he adapted. He immediately went away from his game plan because he was like, I need to get points. I need to get this team up to the top of the table, and this is the way to do it. You put the players first, you're going to keep those players around because you make those players look good playing the way that they do. That's not going to be the way that United succeeds going forward. It's just going to keep them in this like pattern of finishing top 6 on the lower side of that 6 and never really improving. Yeah. This is going to be a way to filter out all the shit, the players that can't play in the system, and hopefully make them better in the long run.
Yeah, they're just back to Tottenham though. Like, they're just fundamentally going, and it just is so much more highlighted by a team like Bournemouth who excel on the counterattack. It was shocking to see some of the.
Well, I mean,
moments.
Tottenham. Did you guys see on Thursday in the Europa League that free kick clip of them that's gone viral of the most chaotic circus clip of all time, where like it's just like pinball between the players. They're like, this can't be a serious team. Look at how they're doing a set piece. Like people are roasting them.
Oh, I did see that clip.
Yeah, it's. I would recommend you guys look it up, but it's funny.
We got to talk about that Kirkez Tavernier goal though too.
Oh yes.
I audibly moaned.
Our game.
I literally I saw that cross and I was like,
yeah,
like it was so beautiful.
Yeah, that was
the kind of play.
Bournemouth has so many good players.
When you like fantasize, like when he fantasized about his career, that play is going to replay in his head. Like Tottenham counterattacks. They play a through ball. He intercepts it and he guns it. Just guns it wide open, sets the ball perfect, and then just arcs one like right over their heads, like picture perfect. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah,
Kirkez is a proper player.
Yes, and then celebrates with the manager. Like that was. I'm not kidding. That was a wet dream. Sequence.
No, they're like they have a ton of like. It's similar to Forest, where it's like you kind of hope that they finish high enough where they don't have to have a yard sale.
I agree.
Because that, with Tyler Adams, they have Evan Nilsson, they have like a lot of really good. Kirkez, who's the center back?
Hodgson.
Yeah, that everyone's like.
I think that's the problem is that Hodgson's been touted as maybe signing of the year.
Yeah.
You're going to have teams like Liverpool sniffing around for him.
I think Real Madrid are sniffing him.
I've heard a lot of Liverpool. Obviously, I'm probably getting more Premier League news than good news, but Hodgson will probably go, and Kirkez is another one that could go.
Does he only play left back?
He could play like on a left wing, left wing back.
He's a left-footed player though.
I wish he was a right back.
But like, I don't think they're in
right back.
Yeah, I don't think they're in jeopardy of losing Adams. I don't think they're in jeopardy of losing. Evan Nilsson,
Kluivert,
or Semenyo would be the other one that I would think would.
Semenyo's a dog.
Yeah.
But you think Kluivert's safe?
I don't think he could be just because of his name.
Yeah.
Like he's going to get looks because of who his father was, and also because he's having an outstanding season.
He's had a great year, yeah.
But I haven't heard many rumors on him. If he leaves, he'll probably go back to like Germany, or I think he was at one of the Red Bull clubs before.
Yeah.
But like.
He was at Leipzig for 1 year, and then Roma and Ajax, and then a little stint at Nice and Valencia.
I didn't realize he bopped around that much.
I didn't either. Kluivert to me, even though like they probably don't need him, just screams Tottenham. Like I can't really explain further, but like that to me is like screams, and maybe it's just because of recency bias with Solanke and Bournemouth.
Yeah,
and it's like Kluivert. Like that is to me.
Well,
a very much
Dominic Solanke, Bournemouth are looking like they fleeced Tottenham.
They did.
Really, truly.
Yeah.
He went from being a like top 3 Golden Boot to not even on the fucking.
They acted like they signed Holland.
They don't.
I mean, they kind of did.
Good.
They kind of did.
Yeah.
He was already Premier League proven, and then he went and he's been good. He's not like I can't sit here as supporting a team that owns Rasmus Højlund and talk shit about him too much, but he's not been what they wanted.
No, and you can. I mean, kind of same for like James Madison. Kind of same for Brennan Johnson.
I think James Madison's having.
Remember when Brendan Johnson was the best player for like 3 weeks?
He
scored like 7 games in a row.
He deleted his social media and then went on fire. He's still like he's a very good player, but
it's just so hard to judge Tottenham right now.
Yeah,
like it's just
a mess.
It's just like very difficult to grade players because all the players individually are very good.
I think they're another team just plagued by their ownership. Like
definitely,
I don't think they'll ever succeed under that owner.
Yeah. You need the hugs.
Yeah, you need the hugs.
Have the hugs in the deep pockets.
And it's like
I can't believe Zaw said that still.
I mean,
Saka's never got a hug.
That was
I
so funny.
swear.
When he said that, I was like, bro, what the fuck did you just say?
I swear that that video that he reacted to was the first time that I remember them really pushing that, like the hugs. They put it out after every win now.
Really?
Yeah.
they must see.
Yeah.
Well, dude, they've seen some of Chief's videos.
Really?
Forrest knows who Chief is. Olaina
Oh,
knows
yeah.
who Chief is.
Yeah, we're connected.
When he jumped in the Trent, Olaina reposted it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he's
they
gang.
like the club's aware.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Did you see the Brighton Fulham game?
I did.
Very good game.
Yep.
98th minute, penalty awarded, literally last seconds of the game. And João Pedro banged it.
I mean, Fulham get incredibly unlucky.
I don't know if it's unlucky. I think they're kind of just dumb.
Yeah.
I think they're right exactly where they should be. They have a lot of talent. They're a good team. They're the bogey team, I feel like, for Forest. Like Forest can never do anything against them. But they just have
feel like they're-
City, we have them, I think, the last game of the season. That's got big bogey written all over it.
They're the NFL team where you know they're not going to make a run in the playoffs, but you don't want to see them in like a must-win game.
Yeah, because they're solid.
Yeah.
They're like a good team without like a star quarterback.
They're the Green Bay Packers.
I think that's a lot of credit. The Packers are a good football team.
They never win in the playoffs.
They have a Super Bowl more
I mean,
recently than the
years ago.
Bears.
It's a different what?
Hmm?
Yeah, all right. That we're talking recent history here for comps, okay? We're not going back to 2012 or 19.
I just love how you like try to plug in as if they weren't
good
They were in the NFC Championship game last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they rebuilt.
Well,
they rebuilt.
They might have lost the game before to the Niners.
They
but won
rebuilt
back.
before you could even finish the word
Correct.
rebuild.
Yes.
You're still on E.
Yeah.
We're united.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're spelling it out, and
Didn't
you're,
rebuild.
you're on the second syllable.
Yeah. Look, it's not all I'm saying. You said a team that's solid that you know they're not going to win the Super Bowl, but you don't want to play them in a game that matters in the regular season. That sounds like
Low key, the Broncos.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Broncos.
they've won a Super Bowl more recently. Though.
Okay, but we don't need to like throw in the Super Bowl thing because Fulham's Super Bowl could have been that they were promoted. How about that?
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair.
Yeah, fair.
Scrappy 8-8 team. 8-9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9-8, yeah.
Yep.
Seattle.
The big game,
Yes, Seattle.
Yeah.
That's the perfect team right
Yeah.
there.
the big game of the weekend that I was glued to was the Sidemen.
God, what a crazy scheduling by them.
Yes.
Middle of all of the Premier League games, it's so a charity match in the
Yeah.
middle of it with speed
Yeah,
and
what was
chunks
that?
and
Dude, you don't know about
KSI.
that match? It goes that match is like serious.
That was the first time I've ever seen anything about it.
Oh,
They
it's
do
been
it
going on
every
for
year.
years.
Final score was like 14-12.
It is a
Where do they play?
it's like this.
they sold out
huge.
Wembley.
90,000.
What?
Sold out Wembley.
Yeah. You guys don't know about this?
No.
This is
I
a
saw the
big thing.
clips.
I saw
I
the
didn't know they
clips.
sold
I
out
This is
Wembley.
Rudy's like worlds colliding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Streaming
it's an
world.
impressive what they've done. Like they started as a charity match. I can't remember how many years ago.
They had
5 million
speed
pounds.
on UCL today.
Yeah,
Dude,
It
it is huge.
I had no idea.
It is huge. And it's just like from like a YouTube group, the Sidemen, which is like
KSI.
KSI.
All the like British streamers.
Yeah. Chris Mo, but like it's incredible, and they raise a fuck ton of money. But it's like
£5 million.
yeah,
What?
yeah,
They raised for charity.
it's actually like legitimately amazing.
That's awesome.
So a lot of people were giving him shit online, and we're like blah blah blah. Like a lot of pundits, former players, and people were like, "Dude, they've done more
Totally.
than a lot of
Who's
you
giving
got
him shit for
assholes
that?
do."
Who do you think, Chief?
Jamie Carragher, Phil Neville.
I'm not
Gary
going to
Neville.
just single out a group of people, but angry, people trying to grow the game, fuck off.
Whites.
I think he was going Americans, but you
Yeah.
went to the core. Jesus.
Yeah.
I was going English.
It's just English dudes, just bitter English dudes. But it's really cool and it was funny. But I got to shout out my dog Sketch. Like he looked like a hobbit in net and was just insanely
Oh
good.
yeah, United have an offer out.
Yeah,
They probably do.
Yeah, and it's a joke. I mean, the whole thing is it's a charity match. It's
Yeah.
a joke, and there's some guys out there that can play, but the majority of the guys have no idea what they're doing.
Well,
But,
they got speed. Dude, you see that assist speed put in?
yeah, execution goal.
Dallo better count his days.
Yeah, Phantom.
It's funny, like, hearing you name all these people, and I have no clue who they are.
Yeah,
Phantom.
Like, XQC, never heard of
Phantom
them.
is Kai Sinat's guy.
Yeah, he's part of AMP. They're just all big streamers. I mean, the internet is just so big now that like there's all these pockets. Like there were guys on there that I'd never heard of that are huge. So it's just the way it goes. But
Think they've heard of pitch picks?
No.
Probably not.
No. They may have said it and like are aware of the phrase pitch picks and have said it once or twice in their life, but not in any relation to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was fun to watch.
You guys got anything else?
You're really gonna do this to the Liverpool fans?
Oh, I forgot. Liverpool beat Southampton this week.
Yeah, good for that.
Massive dub.
I
You'll
will say
never
this.
walk alone. You'll not. White boy Rick chose Liverpool as his club last week. This little fucking rat pussy.
I would
First
say
of all,
humongous rat.
I was gonna say, first of all, nobody's ever used the word
Yeah,
little.
gargantuan.
Well, no,
He's
what
a
he
big boy.
picking the team up 15 points as your new team and then singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" makes you a little bitch. I don't care if he's 6'6".
I'll give him this.
What,
He had no
hold
idea.
hold on. What place was Arsenal in when you picked them last year?
Second.
Were they actually second?
Yeah.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you picked them the season that they led the league 90% of the
No,
way.
I picked them.
What was the date? I feel like we can find
this. He's gonna go. He's gonna be deleting
December
tweets.
23rd.
I remember you
You
making
picked them on my birthday.
Yes, and I remember because they lost back-to-back games right before the Christmas break. They lost to Fulham and they lost to another team they should have beat, and I picked them.
Which was crazy from someone who.
But also, I picked Arsenal because of Za and one of my good friends, Bobby. I didn't know we were gonna end up doing a soccer show. If I knew that, I would have picked a different club to fucking instigate everything.
Yeah.
So
White
it was
boy-
more so like, oh, I just want to watch the games with my boys and be on the same side of them. I didn't know what I was getting into. This little fucking prick, White Boy Rick, probably won't watch another game, but he just wants to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone." In
No,
my ear.
no, you have it all wrong. He was looking for a team. He was sitting in the cave. He's like, who should I pick? Who should I pick? And I was like, the Liverpool game was on. And I was like, trying to tell him like the ins and outs of all the different teams. And then I go, oh, wait, I know what team you should pick. And he goes, well, who? I said, Liverpool, because your boy, your glorious king, is a part owner of the team.
Oh, LeBron.
LeBron is a part owner of Liverpool.
I hate
and
that he's a LeBron
And
guy.
as soon as
Hate
I
it.
said that, his eyes lit up and he goes, Yep. You'll never walk alone. You'll never walk
Sounds
alone.
about right.
You'll never walk alone.
Nobody
It's an
clipped
awesome
me
song.
saying that, by the way.
But yeah, I mean, shout out to Liverpool. And it wasn't a petty thing. I was like, oh, Liverpool beat Southampton. Like, what do you want me to?
I will
I
say
mean,
this. I'm going to give Southampton their
Yeah.
flowers. They can another team I would deem unlucky. They were winning 2-0 against United. Ahmad a hat trick in 10 minutes. Liverpool, like, a couple of those calls could have gone
Either way.
way. They might have walked out of there with a point.
Thank God Za's not here for that.
Oh, yeah, the PGMOL, bro. The PGMOL is not why you are 15 points behind. It's because your owners do not take your club seriously. You did not go out and buy a striker in January when that was the missing piece.
Yep.
And then Kai Havertz immediately goes down. It is no one's fault but Arsenal
being
Football
Za when
Club.
Za's not here. No, that was like that's exactly what would happen. I would have brought up Liverpool and Za would have made it about Arsenal.
Well, I was just telling you what is the truth.
Yeah.
It's not the PGMOL's fault that
No.
Liverpool are winning.
Agreed.
They were
I
winning
agree.
games, gritty. I would be scared if I was a Liverpool fan going into Thursday. PSG dominated them, but
Dude, PSG made him look pedestrian,
And they still won.
and they still fucking won, man.
Yeah.
Insane. Dembele is disgusting. By the way.
awesome.
yeah, it's
Well,
good at doing everything but putting the ball in the back.
He also
No, he's been on fire.
But I mean, this like he'll do this. Like he like at moments he's legitimately the best player in the world.
And then
I sent out a
probably,
tweet.
like,
He's the best player in the world, and I was getting cooked.
But he will fall off the face of the earth
Yeah.
next week.
I'm gonna just start sending out the worst footy takes
Start?
possible.
start. Yeah.
Brother, you're in season 2.
And I've been on fire.
You got
I've had
renewed.
more
You got
takes
renewed.
right than Za.
Got renewed.
Yeah. yeah.
The trilogy's about to happen
Yeah.
next season.
Yeah, dude.
Season 3.
The Bad Take cinematic universe is thriving.
I feel like it's easy.
I'm gonna start giving out bad takes. That's crazy.
They could I mean if PSG brings it again, they could.
Yeah, they have to go to Anfield and score 2 goals. I don't.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot it's in.
I think Forest is a lot. Forest and United are the only 2 teams to score 2 goals.
Oh, I think I had a really bad take on TikTok the other day. I said the MLS might be more entertaining to watch than the Prem.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But no, you're gonna start.
Yeah, you're gonna start.
We're just about to get started. If that was before you started, I would hate to see you when you get started.
The thing
I'm
that
gonna start cooking for real.
the thing that's annoying is that like even if Liverpool blew it against Southampton and fell on their face,
Would've meant nothing.
Who cares?
It would have been 12 points.
Yeah, like who cares?
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
they're just dominating.
Know what? I'm gonna give Liverpool the guard of honor before, like, at the beginning of every episode.
You're gonna get ahead of it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
congrats again to Liverpool.
Guard of honor, move it along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah,
give them a guard of honor before every show.
fair play. Second Premier League in the history of the Premier League. Big feat.
Yeah.
Big feat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maresh told me that night. I before the show, and I didn't realize that they had so few.
But I think they have
modern
5 Champions Leagues.
Wait, what? They've only won it.
Then 2019,
technically-
2020, the COVID one they won was their first Premier League title in Premier League era.
Mm-hmm.
era. Yeah, but since
Yep.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
That's stunning.
They have the option to do something awesome, which I'm in support of. So Liverpool fans, I'm in support of this. Steven Gerrard, your beloved, has been recently sacked by, I think, the Saudi club that he was managing. He is probably the most influential player in recent history, and probably, in my opinion, as long as I've been alive,
Definitely.
in Liverpool history.
Yeah.
You have the option to sign him for the last 5 games of the season and instate him as a player, get him some minutes so he gets a Premier League medal. They have the option to do that because he would be a
because
free
he
agent.
didn't because he never got a Premier League title.
He got them a
If you
champion.
were
He got them a
Steven-
couple
If
Champions
you're
League.
Steven Gerrard, would you even want that?
I would want a Premier League medal.
No,
I wouldn't want it.
That does have make a
that's
wish.
a Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. That does make a wish feel vibes to it.
Nah, you got to let him. You got to give him one.
No, if he's got a Champions League, fuck it.
Yeah, no, it's not like he has any other accolades. Give it to him. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, no,
No World
he's
Cup?
He's probably
What,
like
2 Champions League?
he's probably like, oh man, I could have done more. You know.
It's kind of crazy that they never won a Premier League, but they won 2 Champions
Yeah.
Leagues. So that's-
That was their tournament.
Yeah,
You know how your worlds collided this weekend?
yeah.
So did mine.
How so?
more than we saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's never safe. He's never safe.
I was going to say most of the viewers already saw your worlds collide.
Yeah.
I need a tea. No, I was going with Drake might perform at the World Cup.
I heard that.
No, that would be. Oh my God, would I be insufferable?
Well, he can't do the Super Bowl because he's not American.
What?
Don't they only do American talents for the Super Bowl?
No.
I think that's.
Coldplay did the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I thought that they wouldn't let him do the Super Bowl. That was like a big part of why they wouldn't let him do the Super Bowl. It's because he was Canadian.
They probably just told him that. Like,
Well, and Jay-Z's in charge of booking it.
like, ooh.
They got more songs
Canadian?
together than
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Kendrick.
Well, I mean, he can perform anywhere because Drake. You
Drake in the
you
World
can take your
Cup.
pick. You can take your pick based on his albums. You got like Island Drake. You got
true.
You got Middle Eastern Drake. You
Yeah.
got British Drake.
You got American Drake.
You got American
I'm
Drake.
sorry,
You got Toronto.
Is this like a rap podcast now?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, cool.
yeah, it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Drake at the World Cup. That would be match made in heaven for me.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
You Reds.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yep. We good luck to Liverpool in the Champions League.
Yep. Hope they lose.